This is a financial condition analysis for 2009 and 2010 on YouthCare, a local nonprofit organization serving homeless youth. The mission is centered around youth empowerment and self-sufficiency, and also a service provision-oriented mission. The program activities include outreach and basic needs, shelter and housing, education, employment training, and the BRIDGE program, a shelter and recovery program for sexually exploited youth.
Revenues and expenses increased from 2009 to 2010. However, revenues grew at a faster rate, shifting from an annual deficit to an annual surplus. Total liabilities decreased at a faster rate than total assets, resulting in an increase of total net assets. We assess YouthCare according to the following categories: the portion of assets that can easily be converted to cash, how efficient YouthCare is using its total assets, can YouthCare cover its obligations as they come due, is YouthCare covering its costs, and because YouthCare is a nonprofit, program services and operations cash flow ratios are also important. Here is a list of all relevant ratios from each category. Green items are favorable changes, while red items are unfavorable. Black items are less relevant given the mission as a nonprofit. Our findings: cash and liquid assets increased while debt and reliance on debt decreased. A shift from restricted to unrestricted net assets occurred while general spending on programming increased. YouthCare's low investments and decreased return on their net assets, however, are less favorable trends. Total debt and liability decreases are for three main reasons. First, a single $1 million restricted donation was given exclusively to pay off debt. Also, assuming YouthCare continues to serve low-income youth and families, the agency will meet the terms of forgiveness for more than $4 million worth of loans. This is a big financial advantage since lenders, assuming the terms of forgiveness are achieved, will not have claim to these amounts. Also, by allocating significant funds each year to the repayment of long-term debt, YouthCare decreases its liabilities and slowly improves its financial condition. We also look at proportional changes. As you see here, significant cash increases and decreased total liability explain YouthCare's proportional increase in total assets from 2009 to 2010. Liabilities decrease at a faster rate than assets do, resulting in an increase to net assets. Net assets from operations shift from a deficit to a surplus. Cash and liquid assets increase a lot. Increases in funding lead to an increase in programming, so money is serving the mission. However, common size percent changes are generally unstable from year to year.
We choose Friends of Youth for our comparison organization. We choose this organization because the population served is the same, the mission, services, and the size are similar, and also both of them are in the Pacific Northwest. Overall, these two programs have similar revenue and expenses. However, when it comes to assets, liabilities, net asset, and debt, Friends of Youth is in a more favorable and less risky position. Common size ratios allow us to compare these organizations side by side by looking at proportional measures of liquidity, solvency, efficiency, profitability, and other categories. Friends of Youth is better equipped to cover their liabilities and expenses with assets and cash. However, YouthCare is using its assets more efficiently because they have a greater proportion of unrestricted assets. YouthCare has significantly more debt than Friends of Youth. Here are some explanations for Friends of Youth's greater assets. Friends of Youth has consolidated agency and foundation. It has collaboration with Youth East Side services. There are less competition than Seattle-based services. There's more money on the East Side, and it has more financial support and volunteers.
Our recommendations for YouthCare: continue debt payment plan to decrease large long-term liabilities. Too much cash on hand suggests inefficient use of funds. So this is a valuable opportunity to expand services and/or pay off unforgivable long-term debt. Develop a long-term financial strategy to decrease year-to-year percentages, thereby improving year-to-year program stability. Develop a foundation.
So would we work for YouthCare? In the short term, sure, but there are too many year-to-year changes to have long-term job security at this nonprofit. But because working for homeless youth, it requires a lot more than money, it's likely that other factors such as skill levels, stewardship, and a passion for reducing poverty are likely to be more important when deciding if YouthCare is right for us.